So you got a piercing, now you think it's rejecting or growing out. That sucks. You spent good money on it. What do? Is it savable? Do you need to take it out? Is it going to leave a big scar? I'm going to answer all these questions for you and give you some extra tips on getting rid of old piercing scars. What is a rejecting piercing, or a piercing that is growing out? Basically, what that means is when you get the initial piercing, say for instance, you're pierced from there to there, over time, your body's gonna push it out and the skin will get less and less and less until that jewelry comes all the way out, which will leave a large scar. Now the question is your piercing rejecting or is it irritated? And like I said, is it savable? If your piercing is coming out nice and quick and it's rejecting, the best thing to do is take it out. Now, you're not going to be able to see a rejecting piercing on a day-to-day basis. So what I suggest you do is take a picture with your camera phone at least once a week. And you can compare those pictures. If it seems like that bar is getting longer and longer and longer, your piercing's rejecting. I'm sorry. The best thing to do is take it out at this point. Is my piercing savable? This is a really tough question. Now, there's a couple things to keep in mind. A lot of piercings, when you initially get them, we will put in a longer bar so you have room for any swelling. So it may seem like a little bit of bar is coming out of there. That doesn't mean it's rejecting. But as time goes on, if more and more bar keeps coming out, then it is rejecting. A lot of people might also notice that if there's a large red line in the middle, that's almost like a bruise, and that's a visible sign that it's also rejecting. So you kind of got to look for that. There's multiple factors. If you don't know, the best thing to do is talk to your piercer. And this is not something you want to wait about. Piercings can reject in a matter of days. I have had customers come to me to look at their piercing, and when I just cleaned off the crusties, the jewelry had fallen out. They may have looked like they had tissue earlier that day. So if you think it's rejecting, get to your piercer ASAP. Can I re-pierce a rejected piercing? It's a tricky question. Now, if your piercing had rejected all the way out and you have a full scar up and down, I wouldn't suggest getting it re-pierced. A lot of times scar tissue is only 80% as strong as your normal tissue. So chances of rejecting out is pretty high. Now, here's the thing. If you catch it early and it starts rejecting and you take it out and there's still a lot of healthy tissue left, a lot of times you can get it re-pierced in the same spot. But the thing to keep in mind is if it rejected before, why did it reject? Did you bump it, hit it, or irritate it? That's going to cause your body to reject it out. Was it pierced too shallow last time and should be pierced differently? Did you do a proper aftercare regimen? All of these things are contributing factors and could be a major cause of the reason why it rejected. Sometimes we just don't have the anatomy. Sometimes the body just says no. So your piercing rejected and you have a scar. Hopefully you took it out early enough, which would minimize a lot of the scarring that happens. If a piercing rejects all the way out, it will leave a very large scar. Sometimes you've seen eyebrow piercings where it rejects all the way out and almost splits. I've seen the same thing happen with navels, nipples, vertical lip piercings, and even any ear piercing, cartilage included, can reject out if it's not pierced deep enough. Most of these scars can be minimalized, but not necessarily taken completely away. And the most important thing is get circulation back in there and massage it and break it down. Back in the day, I had my earlobe stretched really large, and unfortunately, I had to have them removed. Once they were removed, they were cut and burned shut. It was pretty traumatic. But anyways, I had a lot of scarring going on my ears. I think it was around 99. I used Mederma to help get rid of some of the scar tissue. I know it worked for stretch marks for women who got pregnant and so forth, and it helped minimize a lot of that scarring, so I thought it would work well for my ears. Well, as you look here, you can see they're definitely a lot softer, and after a week of using it, I saw a lot of the discoloration go away, which is a huge part of the scars that we have on a lot of our other piercings that have left scars. Nowadays, there's a newer version of Mederma made specifically for scarring, not just stretch marks, and apparently it works much faster. I've seen great results on the internet, and it might be something you might be interested in. There's other companies, other brands, other things you can do, hydrocortisone shots, there's certain pads you can put on there, there's all kinds of things. So let's help out the community, Tell me what you used, what helped you get rid of your scar in the comments below. So if you enjoyed my video, possibly learned something, give me a like, subscribe, ring the bell, and keep putting holes in your body. See you next time.